Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be discussing a potential ascending triangle that could be forming on the HEX price. If you like this kind of quantitative, technical, and fundamental analysis on not only HEX charts but also this PulseChain Ethereum fork airdrop incoming, then leave a thumbs up. Be subscribed by the end of the video if you aren't already. Some funny business is actually going on with our subscriber count. I'll discuss that in a second, but welcome back, and let's talk about this potential ascending triangle. So it's not set in stone yet, but and I can't say this because I don't have proof, but I was kind of seeing this play out once we started reaching the 6.5 pennies again and started going a little sideways. I thought to myself, well, if this were your classic bull flag breakout, well, it did do actually a textbook bull flag breakout and retest. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, let's actually plot that for you. No, that actually looks super good. Yeah. So I was thinking not only that, right? Not only we have our bull flag, but what could potentially be forming is an ascending triangle. Again, not certain that it's playing out, but it would, if it did, it would look something like this, right? You retest this level of support or of resistance, excuse me, a bunch of times, and usually a third or fourth time it breaks. Maybe we do textbook support, and then it'd be off into approximately, well, how do you calculate the target of an ascending triangle? It's as simple as placing the pole at the point of breakout. So in reality, you might see something like 12 cents if this were to break to the upside as an ascending triangle, which again, we don't know necessarily if it is one yet, right? But we'll keep an eye on it, and this is the level we're looking at, is around 6.4 cents. Once we break that, super bullish, just given what's currently going on now, where we're forming a higher low than our previous low on the daily chart, right? So this is no small deal. This was the price to protect once we broke out the 3.3 penny regions, and it looks like we form a nice bottom here at 4.4 pennies, a higher low, clearly, right? And not saying this is 100% the bottom, like there's obviously a chance we can go lower, and I mean there's even the chance we go sideways, right? So nothing's out of the cards. Where what if we saw something like this, like an ABC similar to over here, where it almost reached prior all-time highs, but then it came back down to previous levels, and at the end of the day it was kind of a messy ascending triangle on the macro with this kind of blip above it. So and then we found support on here later. So this is getting kind of messy. So what I'm saying is that there's also potential to stay in this kind of box range where, you know, maybe we do something like this and just consolidate for a while. Now, I don't think that's likely. Maybe consolidation currently makes sense given we don't have too much news on, for example, the PulseChain airdrop, which is a major event in terms of the HEX price, because people obviously who want to put in fresh capital to sacrifice are thinking, well, maybe they can just put it into HEX first if they already own a bag of it, so might as well, you know, help their own bags appreciate, help their own investments appreciate, whilst also securing value for this incoming Ethereum fork. So it makes sense that we're consolidating up into the point, maybe, that we have the sacrifice phase open. Once we have that open, then maybe we see some more volatility come in, but for now we seem to just be consolidating. Again, we formed our higher low, which is very bullish in my opinion, and suggests that we might be seeing an ascending triangle, but again, I have no clue what's going to happen. And that's that. We have our 20-day moving average, 21-day EMA. Here we can look at those, holding nice support. And if you actually take a look closer, you see that even when we dipped down here and had this kind of wick down to 3.3 pennies, we actually didn't close full candles beneath this purple curve, right? So it's been nice support and almost getting a little more buoyant every time. What do I mean by that? Is that we were obviously beneath it here, great accumulation phase, beneath it here, great accumulation phase, beneath it here, another great accumulation phase, and then we were here for a little bit, wicked beneath it, and they seem to be getting kind of smaller, if you notice. This one lasted, you know, almost a month, approximately 24 days or so. Let's actually look at the data. Date range. So we were below it for 21 days. Over here we were below it for 19 days, so they're getting shorter. I was just eyeballing it, but lo and behold, 11 days over here. And over here we actually didn't even close beneath it at all, so 0 days, but have had candles go through it, not close fully beneath it, and then also wicks through it. So if you set your buy orders, right? If you set your buy orders around this 21-day EMA for the past, a few days, you would have been accumulating in a decent spot locally, or that's what it looks like, right? Assuming something like this keeps playing out. So I like how this looks a lot. I like the fact that the RSI has reset nicely to around 56, where last time we saw those levels, we were barely breaking out of this 1.6 penny region, and we're 3 times higher now in price. And so, you know what happened, right? We had a 4x after we were at this RSI. And so a 4x from here would put you at 20 cents. So I like that the RSI has reset. I like that we're forming a nice bull flag breakout that is finding support, right? We found support on what was previously this channel of resistance. Something like this. Everyone was drawing it. I mean, it was kind of obvious, right? It was a textbook bull flag. And you can even zoom in a little bit, get rid of our moving average here, and to see that we came to hold it as support quite nicely just recently. And that's what you like to see, right? Like the way you trade, although I don't advocate trading, the way you trade these bull flags is, I mean, this is such a textbook example. I feel like HEX is going to be used as a textbook example in future, trading classes or something, or just market psychology classes. But look at this, like you have your pull, super clean. You have your falling parallel channel, respecting it quite nicely a few times, breaking through it, and then finding it as support, right? The way you trade these, technically, that's why I mentioned that, is you don't trade inside of it, because obviously you can continue in it for a while, forming a longer bull flag. So if you thought, say, this was the bottom, it wasn't for a while. You got what I'm saying? So you don't trade inside of it. You wait for it to break and then confirm. So this has been confirmed if you want to look at it as a bull flag and just ditch the entire ascending triangle idea. Then what you would do, again, is you would just place it at point of breakout. Confirmed, and we're looking at, again, 9.7, almost 10 cents. Good stuff. So our bull flag is saying 9.7 or 10 cents. Even if this forms as an ascending triangle, it actually says the same thing, which is kind of cool. So regardless, I think this is a super bullish formation, and I would keep a lookout, because if you had been expecting to buy a dip, well, we're already up like 20% on the daily from the bottom, where we bottomed out around 4.4. We're already at like 5.3. So that's that. And this thing I wanted to mention on the subscriber count is kind of interesting, that I had been growing by 10, 20, 30, 40 subscribers some days, and then I was at like 1960, 1970, and all of a sudden it dropped on the back end in my analytics, yet on the front end you can see that it says 1.98K. So I'm not sure what you guys see, but I'm assuming it's this kind of public-facing number, this 1.98, which is actually the rate that I was growing, right? This, to me, in my opinion, was the right number, but then it all of a sudden dropped by like 50 in a day out of nowhere. I looked it up a little bit. Some articles were saying maybe it's YouTube getting rid of spam accounts, so maybe there were bots following me. Not sure about that. If so, that's a good thing, right? We don't want bots commenting. We've had those when we have to sometimes manually get rid of them. YouTube does an okay job. They get rid of some of them, but just you guys are smart, right? You know which comments are real down there. If it's something super weird, like so-and-so helped me with my trading, go to and they give you these contact info, don't fall for that, okay? I do my best to manually delete those. If YouTube doesn't, they do an okay job, like I was saying. So if it is something like that where they got rid of spam bots, that's cool. If not exactly sure though, because here's another kind of funny business thing that was happening. I've been uploading every single day for the past almost 60 days now, and I started around April 3rd or so. So let's look at April 2nd. And you see this kind of this scam wick right here where I definitely uploaded a video. It was this Hex vs Bitcoin one. You see it timestamped May 21st. Yet, and this wasn't like this up until like today or yesterday. I just checked today, so it might have been yesterday. But you know, you go from your average of 900, 1,000 views, and then all of a sudden a dip to zero and then back on track. Like that's not normal. Some weird business going on. Not exactly sure, but either way, let's get to 2,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button because we just lost 50. So help your boy out. And yeah, leave a comment on what you think of this chart. I think it's a great bullish looking chart. Obviously, I have no idea what's going to happen, so none of this financial advice. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. And yeah, with that said, I appreciate you watching. Leave a thumbs up, turn on the bell. We drop videos every single day. And I'll catch you in the next video. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's live stream as well with Joe Paris. It'll be at 3 p.m. PST. So May 30th, Sunday at 3 p.m. PST. Yeah, I'll be responding to the chat. We'll be interviewing each other for each other's channels. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.